Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So the next step to this series, I guess, you've found your arm wrestling practice, you've gone to your first arm wrestling practice. Now, the pain and the things that are associated after your first practice, what to kind of expect. So obviously, depending on the group you're working with, that may dictate how intense that first practice is. But a big thing to understand in this sport is pain is definitely a part of the sport and is something that you're gonna have to deal with. So I think the difference is understanding what good pain is and what bad pain is. So soreness, muscle soreness is good pain. If you're pulling a hook a lot and you're pulling with your bicep's going to be extremely sore after you really work out hard. That's good pain. If you're cupping a lot and you're working through the hand a lot and having your flexion be opened up, your forearm is going to be very, very sore. There's going to be a lot of lactic acid, and this is muscle groups that you might not use a whole lot in daily life. So the intensity of that pain may feel alarming early on, but if it's in the muscle belly, it's probably good pain. The next thing is, if you have a super intense practice, or if you make it to your first tournament, it may take you to your first tournament to get to this stage, but the brachialis muscle between the bicep and the tricep, if you are in some long matches or if you are in a grueling practice and you're stopping hits and things of that nature, that brachialis muscle it can be inflamed intensely to the point of toothache pain. Once again, this is a muscle that is not largely used in daily life. So when it gets overused, the lactic acid that builds up in it can be that of a toothache. Like I said, I remember my first practice and coming back and having to sleep the next 2 days with both arms elevated due to that toothache pain in my brachialis. Excruciating early on. A lot of new arm wrestlers ask me about, what is good pain? Is this normal? And the answer to the brachialis and these muscle belly pains is yes, it's normal. And the only way to really get past that is to continue arm wrestling. If you take off a lot of time, you will be susceptible to going back into those early phases again due to that layoff. So you can not only, the big advice there is to continue arm wrestling, continue going to practice. The other thing you can do is you can do blood flow rehab, which would just be very light weights in those muscle groups to help work that lactic acid out. Now the next thing would be actual tendon insertion pain. So your bicep tendon inserting into your forearm, where that tendon connects to bone, you can have inflammation and pain there. That's kind of delving into where we're having more of deep pain. Usually early on, these pains are normal. The tendon insertion points, some people get them on the epicondyle from hard side pressure where the flexors meet in that common flexor bundle. That's definitely something that I think you want to approach a little bit more delicately. That's something that blood flow rehab is going to be very important. So once again, if you're starting to get that inner elbow pain at the insertion point of those tendons, high reps, low weight will force blood into the tendon. Tendons obviously have very, very low blood flow. Muscles have high blood flow, thus they heal faster. The tendons, being that the blood flow is so minimal, can take up to six times, I believe, the amount of time to heal. So blood flow rehab is just going to speed that process up a little bit. So just think tons of reps.